evening, ma'am. I hope you are doing well.
Yeah, good evening. How are you? I'm good.
I'm good too, ma'am. Ma'am, since you are from Assam, what are your views on the current trajectory of development in the Northeast? And how can we consider the fragile ecosystem there, the biodiversity, while carrying out the development infrastructural projects?
Nowadays, this is the most, I think, challenging issue for everyone because, so people wants development. Yeah, we need development. Of course, we need development, but development should not be at the cost of environment. That should be clear to everyone. So we need development. So development and environment, ecosystem, they should go equally, and environment should be the ecosystem should be the top priority.
What according to you, like what further steps are needed to be taken at the present time to aid conservation efforts, and like if we do not take those steps, what would be the consequences for the ecosystem or the local people?
Yeah, actually, I want to answer your question in a different way. For firstly, the first question you asked me about the development, so it's related to that also. So see, like when we think about our life, when we are so busy in our life, we have such a nowadays just imagine the people's life. Everyone is so busy, and everyone, right? If like they might be parents or everyone, so when we grow up, actually, right from a child, or when our when anyone is raising his child, or when a child is grown up, or when a youth is doing his degree, just imagine who will think about, everybody is thinking about their aim and goal, and it is related to very big, like, everyone's goal is like, going abroad, going this doing this study, having this much money, having car, having building, having apartment. Who will think about our environment? Just who will think about the bird like Hargila, just and everyone says that, yeah, we love nature, and this is only finished, for example, this is only the duty is only restricted, but we show our love only by going to a national park, or going, we go to nature. For example, we go to a wetland or see some hills around us. Yeah, I say that, I love nature, but it's not the ultimate, it's not, it's, we have to, your question actually is related to action. So we have to come with our action. So if we are so busy in our this life in with this goal, so who will think about our environment? So please, I request everyone, please, please be focused to environment, and please think about our mother nature, and particularly see when we are protecting, for example, when government is protecting the species in their protected area, but at the same time, for example, we are working Hargila, which is found in a unprotected area. So we have so many things, so many species, so many works which are unexplored. And I request all of you, or every youth, every student, please keep thinking how we can contribute to them, because so many species are still, yet unexplored, and so many things to do. And so I request everyone, and just imagine, for example, we are with communities, trying to save the wetland habitats, and then when we are protecting rattles, then automatically, it is a web of life. This is related to the protection of other species also. So so I request, if everyone, apart from your goal, apart from your aim, even if you don't want to be a conservationist, by profession or something like that. So if every one of you ethically, or if you want like from your heart, if you come to save a species, if everyone come to save a species or a landscape, so many youths are there, so in the whole world. So just imagine how beautiful our world will be. So let's think like that way. So this is my message only. And yeah.
So what is it like to be a woman in the conservation field, especially in India? And why do you think women play a major role in conservation of flora and fauna?
Yeah, first of all, yeah, in our society, there is always a gender difference or gender barrier. So women are not much encouraged to come towards such kind of field like conservation and all, where she has to go to the field work and all. So yes, it is because of the mindset also. It will take some time, but still now and recently many we can see many young women and all who are very interested and coming forward. And I want to say, I want to explain about my journey. When I started, I think it is everything almost 20 years back. My my parents themselves were very scared. We can't blame them. They didn't hear about they didn't hear anything. They even, I think at that time, they didn't even see any Discovery Channel or anything. They didn't, they don't know anything about the conservation. And when I was telling them about this, so they were very scared, they were very upset actually. And that was my first challenge, but I convinced them. And I I wanted them to be my team in this journey. So I think every woman should do that. Please convince your parents, and I request all the parents also to encourage your daughter, encourage their daughter to move forward to this conservation field. And yes, women, particularly women, can make a big difference in conservation. But if you see, women are not much included in the conservation agenda. Like not they are not much included. They are lacking. That is why actually every time when I cite an example about our Hargila army, I always keep requesting to our policymakers to include more and more women into their conservation agenda. And I think a woman is again coming to your question, is a woman is a creator, she is a nurturer. So here lies the, I think, importance. Here lies your answer, I think. So when we call our art, where we call it as mother art, right? So I think our women have a big difference. We can connect. We have we are, even if for example I am Purnima, even I am one person, but I think we can connect to many people at the same time. More than a man, a woman can do this, and she can influence. I think she can motivate very easily. She is a nurturer, she is a creator. Yeah, so I think here lies your answer. And what to say, your Bosundhara and all. Yeah, so women are very strong, and please include women into your conservation projects. Every woman should, I want to address that every woman should lead by example. Then our world will be very beautiful.
Yeah. So, ma'am, as we all know, you have received so many awards such as UNDP India Biodiversity Award, Green Oscar, etc., and visited so many places, met so many people. So, is there any unique thing you would like to share with us, like with respect to conservation or anything in general, which you would like to share?
Yeah, I would like to mention one story with our women. When I started this conservation, when I started this conservation with Hargila, Actually, I was visiting door to door, and then I teamed up with a local school, and then we decided to invite women. The headmaster of the school, he was very happy also with my idea, and we teamed up to invite a few women, 30 women, into a meeting, and into a meeting in the local school. And at that time I was not very, I didn't know much to speak also. I was okay only. And I was just yeah, I could just, I was a bit introvert also and all. And then it was a Sunday. We hosted a meeting, and we organized we had arranged some lunch box for our women, 30 women. Okay. Actually, with the headmaster, I hosted a program, and we arranged 30 lunch box for 30 women, and we invited them. And why I'm mentioning about the lunch box, because of the arrangement, I would like to tell you that suddenly we were waiting for our women, and suddenly we saw so many women. We saw more than 600 women. Suddenly, within half an hour, suddenly 600 women gathered the meeting, and I was very shocked. I was very nervous actually, and I asked the headmaster what happened, and he was also very shocked. We thought that it was very normal. Maybe our women spread the message, and this way they came. And then he asked me to go and give a talk. And actually I felt like I was a sandwich or something like that. How can I address so many women? It was so crowded. But then I was very nervous. I thought, what happened? Then I decided to talk, and I came to the front, and I started telling them about my journey, about the women's role, how a woman can make a big difference, how powerful they are. Their role should not be in their house only by cooking and all, but beyond this they have a role and all. And how how want desperately to protect Hargila with them and all. And suddenly I realized that it was so crowded. It was, they always silent, and they were listening to me, and they loved me a lot, and they befriended with me. And then we decided to work. They committed that we join you. And we couldn't give the lunch box because it was 30 only. I felt very bad. I apologized them also, because when we said bye bye and all. And then yeah, I was feeling very guilty. And then when they left, then suddenly someone came and told that actually they were not coming to my meeting. They were heading to a different meeting. It was given by a politician in another school. And out of mistakes they came to this school, because we were organizing in a school also. So we laughed a lot. And actually from that day I got my, I think, I recognized my, my, I think that, yeah, I could make them silent. I could motivate them. But until then, I think I didn't realize much. So that thing, I think that story actually I wanted to share with you. So yeah, so I wanted this story to share with you. I don't think I shared this much with others, but I wanted to share this with you, because I want you to realize that our action, about the magnitude of our action.
So, ma'am, one last question. Like, is there any message you would like to give to the students or the community or to the world as a whole?
Uh, yes, I would love to request all, as I have emphasized more and more, to the youth voice, and to include more women to our decision making. And I think both are the backbones. And at the same time, I request all our youths to be very innovative, very creative. When you are very innovative, and when you are very creative, and when you prove yourself to be the best version of yourself, then no one can beat you, I think. And and please try to be the best version of yourself, and compete with yourself, and try to love nature, be very green, and raise your strong voice. And at the same time, I would like to request, I think I missed it, I was thinking on that only, because now as I was mentioning all the time about the unprotected area. So who will protect the unprotected area, you know, these villages? And also I think all the youths should come forward to be the advocate of them. And today also I had a call with some people, local people, actually regarding the protection of trees. So see, we all have to protect the trees, due to development and all. The trees are being cut down and all, and in the name of, you know, when we build a house and all, also in the backyard also we are destroying. But this cutting down of tree, you know, it is so related to me, my story all the time, because, you know, this is so stressful with my life, because Hargila Bridge in the private land, and that tree is not protected by government. So I have to be so you know, so all 24 hours alert for that. And our communities are really doing great, we are very thankful to them, but it is really very stressful. And this way actually in the highland and all, also in the highway and all, so we have trees which are hosting birds, but the highways are in the process of expanding and all. So who will raise the voice? So everyone should come forward and please raise a strong voice.